Welcome, 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 welcome. My name is Gediminas, and today we have a very important topic, and that is progress accelerators. So, how can you accelerate your progress in business? How can you reach results faster? No matter whether you feeling stuck right now, maybe you somewhere in the business where you're not moving ahead, where you're not progressing, or maybe you're doing quite well, but you want to speed up the success. You want to get even better results, go to the next level, right? So these five progress accelerators can really help you to get better results. So let's start with number one, and number one is consistency. Those of you who've been following me for a while or know me a little bit, you know that consistency is one of my favorite things in business because some time ago I discovered that almost any strategy will work in business as long as you do it consistently. Like Will Smith says, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. What does that mean? It means that if you're having breaks between doing something, like let's say you do an action, and the next time you're going to do this action is in 3 days. That means you're going to have to get ready again to do that action. But if you do that action every day, it becomes a habit because whatever you do every day, it becomes a habit. And when something becomes a habit, it becomes easy to do it. And when it becomes easy to do it, it becomes pleasurable to do it, right? You start liking doing it because it's easy to do. So I discovered that I can do much more effectively things every day than if I do it whenever I feel like it, than if I do it whenever it's good weather outside or whatever, right? So I started doing every single day. I started with one action, then I added a second one, then I added a third one, then I added a fourth one, etc. So I wouldn't recommend you start doing like things every day, like 18 new things from tomorrow. I'd recommend you to start doing one until you get so good at it, it becomes a habit. Then add another one, add another one, add another one. And in the next weeks and months, you can totally transform your daily method of operation and make it easy. You can be doing 20 things a day and it will be easy to do it because you worked on your consistency. So that's number one. The second progress accelerator is intensity. So once you got the consistency going for you, where you're doing things every single day, then you can add a second level, which is intensity. What does that mean? You just start doing more of it. So instead of doing, one story a day, maybe you do three. Instead of doing one reel a day, maybe you do two or three. Instead of sending 10 messages a day, maybe you start sending 30. You know, quite often people ask, what do successful leaders in network marketing do? Surely there must be a secret they are not telling us. This is why they're successful and we are not, because they probably have a secret strategy that they're not sharing with us. That must be it. And the reality is, I'm going to share with you the secret. They do exactly the same things that you do. They just do it, they just do more of it. You know what successful people do? Successful leaders, they compress time, meaning in the same amount of time, they do two times, five times, 10 times more action than an amateur does, than an unsuccessful person do, right? So you want to speed up your progress, intensify it. Start doing more than you do right now. Third one. The third one is accountability. Again, as some of you know, I've been on a health journey for the past 8 months or so, and I've been, doing the Fit Six program in our business, where I've been taking some incredible food supplements. I've been, looking after the food I eat. I've been exercising a lot, but I've done those things before and failed to lose weight. There's one thing that I did differently this time, and that was accountability. Because of Fit Six program, I was forced to show the food that I'm eating. I was forced to show the exercise I'm doing. I was forced to report my weight loss every single week. I was forced to report my measurements every single, and that accountability made it easier to get the results than when I tried to do it by myself before. Because it's so easy to agree with yourself. It's so easy to talk yourself out of doing something, oh, I'll just do it next week. Well, I'll just do it next month. I'll do it tomorrow, right? But when you're accountable to somebody, you are more disciplined, you are more organized, you manage your time much better. So same applies to business. If you can get an accountability partner, whether that's somebody who invited you to the business or an upline leader or somebody from another team or maybe your team member, whatever, find somebody who you respect, who you can report your activity, and you'll see how that will keep you more disciplined than if you just do it, without any control. I know a lot of us come to network marketing because we want to be our own boss. We want to be free and independent. But the problem is that we are not a very good boss to ourselves. We are a great boss to other people, and we love telling other people what to do, not so much to ourselves. So I'm not saying you need a boss, but I'm saying it's good to have somebody who you can send your numbers at the end of a day, at the end of a week, etc. Progress accelerator number 4 is focus. They say what you focus on grows in your life. And if you focus on negative things, you'll have more negative things. If you have focus on positive things, you'll have more positive things. And that thing where you take a magnifying glass and you focus the sun rays into one spot that it even starts burning, right? That's the power of focus. So same way we need to focus on our business. Too many people spread themselves thin. They do this and they do that and they do that and they do that, and then their energy spreads out across all of those different things they do, and then they don't get any result in any of them. I meet so many people who do 3-4 different network marketing companies at the same time, and they're surprised why they're not getting results. Or they have so many different hobbies and activities and things that they do, they participate in, etc., that they don't focus their energy into one spot. Successful leaders, they're not focused. Successful leaders are obsessed. That's the next level up from focus. You can be focused and you can be obsessed. They live the business, they breathe the business. That's all they can think about when they wake up, and that's all they can think before they go to bed. The business is their life. And quite often when you ask a successful leader, well, how many hours a day do you work your business? They just look confused, because that's what they do 24/7. It's their lifestyle. It doesn't mean that they work 24/7, but their whole life revolves about something they're focused on. And it's not just business. You've probably seen musicians, actors, politicians, and so on, who are so focused on what they do, they don't have time for anything else because they're 100% like laser focused on what they do. Are you laser focused in your business? Or are you spreading yourself thin with a bunch of different things that are distracting your attention constantly? And then the last one is authenticity, the 5th progress accelerator. Did you know that the energy vibration of authenticity is 400 times higher than that of love? Like, I used to think that love is like the highest thing you can do, like the most pure and incredible feeling, right? But authenticity is even higher vibration, 400 times. Fake it until they make it. They're trying to pretend to be somebody else. They're trying to wear these masks, etc., especially on social media, where we often, are pretending to be some kind of other version of us than we actually are. You know what I mean? And people just see through that. People just feel that energy. So one of the best things you can do in your social media content, in your communicating with other people, is to be authentic version of yourself, to be yourself, to communicate like yourself. And authenticity is duplicatable, because we can all work using the same system, but still be authentic in our content and in our communication. How? By using our values. For somebody, their biggest value might be family. For somebody else, their biggest value might be freedom. For somebody else might be whatever, right? You know what I mean? So even though all of us in the same business, we will have different values, different priorities in our life. So obviously you should be creating your content according to your values, right? If something's very important to you, that's what you're going to talk about on social media. So this way we can all use the same principles, the same strategies, but still be different from each other because we are coming from our values, right? So you have to be faithful to your values and then use them in your communication, use them in your content, etc., right? And that authenticity will allow you to attract people like a magnet. And it will help you to be a better leader too. Because when I first started in business, I thought that it should be like an army where every single person is the same, where everybody is like a, come from a cookie cutter, where they think the same, they talk the same, they dress the same, they look the same, etc. But that's not the case. The best teams are diverse teams where each person can be themselves and find their own style, etc. So we can all work using the same systems, but we can all be unique. We don't have to be the same, because if you're only going to accept people into your team who look like you, talk like you, and behave like you, then you're going to exclude majority of people, because most people are not going to be like you, unfortunately, right? So be authentic, and allow other people to be authentic too. Don't require them to change who they are in order to be part of your business, etc. And this way you'll have an incredible team, and you'll be very magnetic leader too. So your homework for today is to actually do an inventorization. Look through these 5, and first of all, rate them. How consistent are you from 0 to 10? How intensive are you from 0 to 10? How accountable are you from 0 to 10? And so on. And then think about each one of them. What could you do to become more consistent? What could you change to become more intense? What could you adopt to become more accountable? And I'm telling you, if you improve on one of these 5, your results will start changing. Slowly, but they will start changing. If you use all 5 of these and improve on all 5 of these, you'll just become unstoppable in your business. And your results will be accelerated, and your progress will be accelerated much faster than you can even imagine.